Hey guys, today I wanted to talk about being an addict or having addictive tendencies. Uh, it's really kind of funny. With my last video I got off the phone with my best friend, and it wasn't long after she called me, and she had just watched the video asking what drugs had I done. Because it was night and day difference between that video and my other two. And of course I told her only caffeine. I took 2 Excedrin. But no, I had not taken anything that affected my inhibitions in any way. But she was genuinely kind of concerned because I do have a history with taking things I shouldn't. I don't want to go into everything I have ever been addicted to, but I will tell you that my main thing that I struggle with is pain pills, and that started right after, well, pretty soon after my dad passed away, especially after what happened in the psychiatric hospital. Back in the 90s, there wasn't such a regulation on pain medication. It was easily available. My mom had, because of migraine headaches, my mom had a prescription for something I'm not going to name. She had given them to me a few times in my life since I was maybe 11 or 12. Pretty much I had reached as tall as I was going to get, because I haven't grown since I was 11, other than outward. And I've had migraines since I was a fetus, and she was just desperate to give me some release. I'd had so much testing as a kid. Now, knowing what I know now, I would never give my child a narcotic at such a young age, but this was a different time, and I know that she was only doing this to help me. So, after all the traumatic stuff happened in 1995, I just wanted to be numb. I wanted to be free of everything I was feeling. And I remembered when she gave me those, not only did they take away my headache, but I felt euphoric. And I desperately wanted to feel that over what I was feeling at the moment. And I went searching in the medicine cabinet. Wasn't hard to find. And there my addiction began. But with that, I would say the next 10 years, so from the time I was 14 to 24, minus when I was pregnant. I did quit taking them when I was pregnant with my son. But other than that period, I basically remained in a fog. Because I just couldn't deal. And the one good thing that my ex-husband did was to help me stop relying on them. And it wasn't, just I wanted it. I was tired of constantly feeling like I needed to take them. I knew they were doing harm to me. So it's not like he just intervened and it's all better. if you're a loved one of an addict, you can't make them clean. They have to desperately want it themselves. And I desperately wanted it. And even I come to him, I told him my problem. He took my prescription away from me. I would have days of just begging him to give them back. You know, I'd hit him, we'd get into fights. It was hard, but I managed to be completely clean for 2 years. And then I got into harder stuff after another, what to me was a traumatic event. I mean, some people would see it as, well, that's not that big of a deal, but I was brokenhearted and my world just completely ended. What I thought my happy ending was going to be was no longer there. So I'm not going to name anything that I ever took, but much harder than pain medication. And luckily, I kind of I dipped my toe in the water, because it was under a year of being on it, and I responded to my son in a certain way, and I didn't like it. I was like, I can't. I just yelled at him for no reason. And the look on his face, and it kind of, I removed myself from the people I was getting it from. I totally trapped myself in my room. Nobody knew I was taking what I was taking. Nobody. Even, I'm not sure how, because my behavior was different, but nobody really realized it. So I will say that I am very good at hiding it, because I don't think a lot of people realized. I don't think people realized that all of high school I was drugged. I don't think people realized that at all. But I got myself off of it, and it was one of the hardest things I've ever done. And I'm lucky, I consider myself very lucky, that I caught it and identified it as a problem as quickly as I did. Because for a lot of people, it doesn't work out that way. They get lost in it for years, decades. I was very lucky, very, very lucky. And again, I reiterate, it was one of the hardest things I have ever done in my life. So I just kind of want to put it out there that it is possible. If you are an addict, you can beat it. You have to want it. And you cannot beat yourself up if you give in. You can't, because that'll continue to make you repeat the pattern of just, I'm a failure, and feeding negative thoughts. You have to know you're human. You have to know this is hard. And it is okay to mess up and just keep at it. Keep at it until you get through it. And even when you get through it, I still struggle. It's a struggle. It'll always be a struggle. Know you're not alone. Know that it is possible to make it through. I promise you that it's possible. You can do it. You just have to believe you can. You just have to believe it. You know, what helps me is drawing, because usually what has me in that place is I'm reliving bad experiences. Shit is on replay, and when you're reliving something in your head, there's those emotions, and those emotions suck, and you want to get away from them. The best thing to do, I mean, you don't have to draw. Maybe you're a writer. Write stories, write poems, write music. There are so many creative outlets out there that you can lose yourself in. I just want everybody to know that is struggling with this. You are not alone, and you can do this. Please believe that. I think that is the hardest thing. And you've got to recognize what it is you're trying to run away from and face it. That's the hardest thing, really. Facing what you're running from. And sometimes you don't even really know. And you've got to figure it out. You've got to really sit down and think, what am I feeling? Why am I feeling this? How can I change this? But yeah, I will touch more on this topic. I'm not in the mood to record, but I have to have something recorded so I can get it up by Tuesday. I'm trying to keep it every Tuesday, have something up. So I'm in land. I don't want to do nothing. I'm here making myself. So this isn't exactly... It came out in a totally different way than I rehearsed it in my mind. So I will revisit this topic, and I'll revisit it more prepared, more structured, and in a way that'll probably help you better. I don't know that this one will help, other than letting you know you're not alone. You're not, and you can do it. Just please believe that. Please, please, please believe. Believe in yourself. Okay, I'm gonna get off of here. I've got stuff to do around the house, and try to get myself out of my crappy mood, basically. So, but yeah, anybody needing to hear this, you've got it. I love you, and you've got this. Just keep at it every day. Every day, keep at it. And think positive thoughts. You got to keep those positive thoughts coming. You've got this. Okay. I will see you all in the next video. I love you guys.